Welcome to another live session at the Blunt Lab. I am Al, joined by my brothers Matt, Marcus, and Rick. What's going on, fellas?
Not much, not much.
Welcome to the party, mofos.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're listening, please remember to like, subscribe, share, and please feel free to participate. We definitely enjoy that. I want to start off by saying rest in peace to George, the great foreman.
Yes.
He
Yes,
is
sir.
tragically passed.
Sad day.
He didn't make my list, but he is one of my favorite heavyweights. And back when I was 235 pounds, they used to say I used to look like him.
You still
Rest
do.
in peace, George. What's going on, Gabe?
Gabriel.
Gabe's got an anniversary coming up tomorrow, so we want to wish Gabe a happy anniversary as well. Wish you were here today, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And tell Ricky we said what's up. Pretty sure that's who you're chilling with. So let's jump this off with the Giants signing Jameis Winston.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure
do
you
too.
guys do. I'm sure you guys do. You guys aren't Giant fans. Of course you like it.
Well,
So
here's my
fuck the
thing
both
to
of
it,
you.
though. Al, look. Think of it this way. You guys were not going to be competing for a championship anyway. At least you're going to have some fun. I mean,
There's no fun to be had with this dude. I mean,
what do you mean? Jameis is a blast lately.
Bro, he's a baller.
Like,
He's a straight baller.
yeah, like he's going to make the game interesting to watch, and his off the field antics are insane. Like, I love this guy. He's like the Black Gary Busey at this point.
When you
and
go
I know
from
Marcus
Daniel,
was saying this pretty much ensures that we're either going to sign Shador or that fella
Right.
from Miami.
Cam Ward.
Yeah, Cam or
I mean,
Travis Hunter or Shador,
Either
depending on
way,
how.
it makes no sense to me when you already got Danny DeVito Jr., who knows the playbook, can pretty much do whatever Jameis is going to do,
Bro, because
just
he's
without the
popular,
fucking.
Al. You guys want to sell jerseys and sell fucking seats, not win championships. It's different.
Man. And to the Giants organization, because I know you guys listen to this great show, since we recall the what did my man say on TikTok? He called us some kind of just dumbass rotation.
No, he like you got to read
There's
the context of that one.
He
There
is,
are things
bro.
there are things I could say to that fella, but hey, we just appreciate you listening to the short and commenting. I'll stay free from saying anything outside of that.
Fan who took offense, since you brought it up, I think he was a wrestling fan who took offense to me calling it a soap opera.
No, I think he was actually a fighting fan who took offense. Yeah. Like,
we'll tell
whatever,
him, get
dude.
ready, because when at the end of the year, when ESPN's contract is done with the UFC and they're on Netflix doing the same shit too, let me be the first one to say I told you fucking so.
The stories might be fake, but the UFC fights are always going to be real. That's where it's.
And I'm good with that.
That's where the
perfect.
line is drawn.
It gives both sides of that aisle.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Now I'm unsure if this was true or not, so I figured I'd just save it to ask you guys. Did the Giants sign that safety from Miami that's supposed to be really good from the Dolphins? I forget his name.
Oh yeah.
The Giants have been on the move recently.
Yes.
They've picked up a lot of guys.
Yes. He went. It was funny because there's like the memes that are going around, basically relating how he was like, I want to go somewhere where there's, I don't know, like something to do with the culture, but it's funny. And then it's like, oh, and then you went to New York. I'll tell you who it is. Go ahead for a second. I'll tell you who it is in a second.
Mm. And Marcus, you've been quiet, man. What? You happy with this Jameis thing? I mean,
it's fine, I guess. Like, there's not many alternatives that were better. Aaron Rodgers is old, and he don't want to play there. Matt Stafford, they tried. He didn't leave LA. Like, Jameis is cool, man. He's better than any quarterback we've had since Eli. So
that's what I said too.
So the
he's a
consensus.
that's
So the
very low
consensus
bar,
is the Giants aren't trying to win this year, correct?
No, they are.
Okay.
trying to win.
So then
because this is the thing. If you keep Tommy DeVito, that means you're not trying to win because you have no shot. Jameis can win you some games, bro. I mean, he's gonna lose you some too, for sure.
Mm.
But he can win you some games. And like,
I don't know. Y'all are talking pretty crazy for his few games he started for Cleveland last year.
I mean,
He
He's not
had
gonna
a
have
couple
any needs
crazy
around
fucking
him.
games.
he's
And
got
now,
better. He'll have a better weapon than he's had since Tampa with Neighbors.
yeah, Malik Neighbors, like
Yeah.
you throw the ball towards him, and that man is gonna catch the ball.
And that's the other thing. Jameis is not afraid to throw the ball. Like Daniel Jones got gunshot because he got hit so damn much. Jameis don't give a shit whether he throw it to us or the other team. He don't care. He gonna throw it. So it's like Rick said, it's gonna be exciting, man. Like we're gonna win more games than we did last year. And
It'll
I
be
like.
more fun to watch, even if you are losing. Though you're gonna enjoy it.
Oh, see,
Well, there you go.
that's without
Yes.
a question. Never
Yeah.
would want Derek Carr. Derek Carr is terrible. Like Jameis isn't
And
great.
by the way, that was Javon Holland. It was Javon Holland who kind of stunk it up last
Yes.
year anyway. And long story short, he was like, "Oh, I want to go to a contender. I want to go somewhere with a solid D." Blah 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 blah. And then it's like, but then he picked
You
me.
choose the
It was
Giants.
the money. Yeah, it was the money.
The Giants
Hey,
defense
money
is gonna be
talks.
good though. The Giants defense is gonna be solid.
He
They
might
would've
have wanted
been
to go
solid
to
last
New
year.
York too. You got to think it from these players' perspectives. You know, more and more these days, just like the way it works with like the owners and such, it's a business really more than it is like we're trying to win. Like if the 5 of us or 4 of us that are on the call right now, if the 4 of us were to get on and play something competitive, whether it was the basketball court or a video game, what have you, we're going to play to win. Well, that's not really how it works in these professional leagues. They're a business. You know what I mean? They're a business. And the players are really, and LeBron probably paved the way for this in a lot of ways. But now it's sort of designed to say, look, I'm going to take what's best for me because the team's going to do the same thing to me. Look what Dallas just did to Luka.
And to that point, man, Miami's got a lot of money tied up in the Tyreek and the Tua, Jalen Waddle, Jalen Phillips' contract's probably coming up. Like, I get why he would leave. I mean, the shit that he said is just talk, man. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
we're not contending for shit this year. But in the future, who's to say that we wouldn't? I think it's weird that they signed him but didn't want to sign Xavier McKinney last year, who's arguably a better player. But maybe it's a culture thing. I don't know.
How much did they just pay their running back and didn't pay Saquon?
Sure.
Ugh, that was a burn.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Saquon got a raise though. Like he would. That's what I'm saying. The conversation is moot to me. He doesn't do any of that with the Giants. He doesn't win no Super Bowl. He don't break all these records. None of that shit happened. So like he did what was best for him in his career.
And that's why I'm like good for Saquon. Yeah, I get it.
And he was rewarded for it. Good for him.
Yeah.
Anything else in free agency as far as football is concerned?
Nothing crazy.
Okay,
Yeah, nothing crazy. Like little changes here and there, but so far getting ready for the draft.
Yes, and they needed an offensive line too.
That's very
they
true.
Yeah,
Very
Q,
true.
yeah. Q says to be I'm sorry, let me just throw this in here real quick. I had people ask, oh, how are you guys who's interacting with y'all? What's going on? So if they are only listening, not seeing, so we should be better about reading out what like when they say to us because we respond. So Q,
Very true.
Q just sent us basically a message on the live stream in a comment form, and now I don't remember what that question was because I'm old and the hard drive is slow. But when it was there, to be honest,
he said the Giants have a decent defensive line and they really need a secondary to even it out.
Fair enough.
Howland. Yeah. And they signed the cat from New Orleans, the corner.
And you need an offensive line. Let's be real. It doesn't really matter who the fuck is back there if you don't.
We've needed an offensive line for
10 years. Yeah.
Plus years.
Miami's in the same boat. Miami's in the same boat.
The Giants' offensive line went bad last year. Daniel Jones was bad last year. He was holding the ball and he was taking sacks he didn't need to. The O-line was fine. Like, if you need the offensive line to hold up for 35 seconds, you're not that good of a quarterback. That's what that says to me. You playing in a division with great pass rushers.
Daniel Jones just got signed, Marcus. Daniel Jones just got signed.
He signed like the Vikings or something, right?
The Colts.
Yeah, the Colts.
Come on, man.
I mean,
and they're gonna pay. They're gonna pay that. Like, it hasn't come out like official yet, but they're gonna pay a big chunk of that money back to New York for taking them. Like, what the fuck did they do? Like, did New York send some strippers down to Indianapolis to hook these motherfuckers up or something? Like,
I don't get it, man.
Who knows?
If Anthony Richardson can't beat Daniel Jones out for
No,
the starting
like,
spot.
that's the stat thing. Like the two worst quarterback ratings last year were Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones, and the Colts got them both.
Hey, I'm glad he's not in New York no more. That's all.
Amen to that.
Andrew
I
It's
mean,
so
y'all
nice
got
for
rid of
you
Daniel
guys.
Jones. You picked up Jameis Winston. That's a win in my
That's
book.
a win.
Yeah.
Like that's what I mean. Like, okay, like yeah, you probably still got some building to
Miss me
do
with
before
that.
you're going to be a contender, but a
No,
contender.
he's not a quarterback who's gonna win you a Super Bowl.
Now
Al.
imagine if you guys
He's gonna
do-
win you some games, and you're gonna have
Yeah.
fun watching.
Well, more
It-
to another point, Matt. He will be a great mentor if they do get one of those three other dudes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good dude
He's a
actually
good
to have
vet.
around him.
Mm-hmm.
A good
If nothing
mentor.
else, he'll keep
Usually,
them
a good
from being
mentor has to be good.
No,
There's
no, no.
nothing good about Jameis Winston.
Hey,
I
You're just
used
being
the
a
word
hater right now.
Ow. I used the word mentor for a reason. I did not say quarterback coach. I did not say like teacher of
What's he
the
gonna
game.
teach him how to steal crabs?
He's going to teach him. He's going to mentor him through coming
But
into
that shit was
the
like
league.
15 years ago.
Think about all the shit
Come on,
Jameis
man.
went through in college,
yeah.
right? Multiple colleges, multiple scandals for different things. Comes into the league, goes through all kinds of crazy shit. Didn't get his glasses until it was too late. Had a chance to win some championship. Listen, if nothing else, this is a mentor. This is where I fucked up, dog. Listen, Cam, hear me out.
Hey,
It's gonna be like that. You feel me?
Jameis is a winner, bro. He was a Heisman winner. He won a national championship.
Mhm.
Yeah, he threw 30 interceptions in a season. So what? Eli did that 100 times.
He's
Like,
a loop dog. He's a loopy though. That's just it.
That's my thing, bro. Like, if you go into the season and you re-sign, you got Cutlets, but if you sign Drew Lock or somebody else, that means to me, oh, we're trying to go get like Arch Manning next year, some crazy shit. You go get Jameis, bro. Like Jameis is all right, man. He's not a top 5 quarterback, but
So you're saying
aren't available.
Are you saying that they should let the other three go and wait till next year to get their quarterback and pick up something more valuable this year?
I don't think that they should, because the people that are making that decision won't be there to make that decision. So if that was me, I would not be doing that. Nah, I gotta go get a quarterback today.
The Giants need to get rid of their front fucking office.
I mean,
primarily shown, but yeah. I mean, look,
maybe he's drafted last year. Like,
as a New York Giant fan getting ready to jump off ship, I just want to see the team win. I don't want to see a circus show.
I did see you say that in the chat. So what you want to explain this to the listeners? You basically said in the chat, you said, "Well, I guess I'm just going to be a full-time Kansas City Chiefs fan."
I mean, well, they're making good decisions.
You said that to fill that out. You said that in reference to the Jameis thing.
The Chiefs going to have a whole new offensive line next year. They just traded their best O-lineman. They might not get Trey Smith back. Like, I don't know how good the Chiefs are. But guess what? They got Patrick Mahomes.
They still have Patrick Mahomes.
That's true.
Yeah, we saw what he did in the Super Bowl.
And win, lose, or draw, I'm still going to be a Mahomes fan.
That's funny,
because Mahomes goes out there to win. Mahomes isn't known for
he didn't win a couple
and
weeks
throwing
ago.
50 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to waste money. Did we not waste money on Locke? Don't we have money tied up on Danny DeVito Jr.? I mean,
he's not going to get a chance to throw 50 interceptions, bro. Honestly,
because he won't have time to throw the ball at all.
No, the best case
scenario.
This is what the Giants, I guarantee, is what they want. You go get Cam or Shador. Jameis might not play. That's kind of how that works.
He'll be a backup and a mentor.
And he's making $13 million to not do a damn thing.
The money couldn't have gone somewhere else.
Well, 13 for 2.
Or
what? There's no other big name guys to get. Like they address the secondary. They address the offensive line depth. They got defensive linemen. Like they did everything that you're supposed to.
So you're telling me the offensive line thing has been addressed fully?
Injuries aside, I think
to Q's point, you just really need like some good secondary assistance there, and draft one of these quarterbacks. And Giants are contenders again. Young. That's why I use the term contenders. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Oklahoma State Thunder. Think Oklahoma State.
That's my whole point. Like, Who else
Julian,
could
what's, so Julian,
Julian
the
saying the
Giants
Chiefs are
have
getting
got?
locked out.
that's good shit.
As
I
far as
mean-
quarterbacks go, who could the Giants have really got? There's nobody left. Jameis was the best of the pot.
Yeah.
That's a
Aaron
good
Rodgers
backup.
he was never an option.
I
No,
wouldn't
that
want
was
Aaron.
not gonna happen.
I didn't want Aaron Rodgers to come. I didn't want who's that light-skinned bastard from Seattle that went to Pittsburgh? Wilson.
Gino?
I didn't want Russell
Oh.
Wilson. I don't want a circus
what I'm
show.
saying.
I want
Jameis-
to see the team
That's the best
invest
option.
in winning.
You agree to it, then that's the best option. Aaron,
Jameis
wasn't
Winston
coming.
was the best option, bro.
Yeah,
It was.
Aaron
So look,
needs
if
to
we're
go
gonna
win.
draft
He can't
Shador
go
or
with
Cam
us. Yeah,
and
Yes.
just throw them to the wolves, no need to waste money on fucking Winston.
It's not
kinda
that much
do, though.
money though. Again,
not.
back to the point of
It's
you
like
need
13 mil
someone-
for 2 years.
yeah, it's not a
Blake
lot of
Bortles.
money, bro. Daniel Jones got that for a year. Like it's really not that much.
That's
money.
what I'm saying. Daniel Jones is getting paid.
It's
Yeah.
not that much. And like I said, best case scenario, Jameis didn't see the field, but he's there to like guide a young guy, a young black quarterback, mind you. And the Giants
Teach
historically
him how to
don't do
be a
that.
black quarterback
It's-
in the league.
Yeah,
That's a
it's a
mentor
big
thing,
deal.
yeah.
Like you need
So
that
I'm-
guidance.
I'm cool, man. I'm cool with it. Is
Yeah, I
it
love
like
it either.
it's not
Mm.
fucking Lamar Jackson or something, but like I mean, were you gonna get that? Now, if you want to be fair, when Lamar wasn't available a couple years ago, and the Giants were like, "Well, we're out on that." That's the kind of shit that gets
Oh,
you fired.
Miami too. Miami too.
Lamar
I was
wasn't
mad.
leaving though. Lamar
He
was
wasn't
not
gonna
leaving
leave,
Baltimore.
but you don't say that publicly. That oh no, we're good with Daniel Jones. You taking Daniel Jones over Lamar? Who? Nobody does. That.
Yeah, maybe if I'm
So-
drunk.
I'd be like, hey man, if Lamar, you want to come to New York? I don't know. I mean, we here, but like Matt said, he ain't leaving. But you
Fuck
don't
no.
say it publicly. Like, oh,
No,
no, we're
Lamar
good.
is the face of Baltimore Ravens, and
Now I'll say this: if the Giants fuck around and go sign Russell Wilson or some shit, okay, then I guess quarterbacks is not what we're doing in the draft.
I'll tell you right now. I even told my wife. I said because she was like, "Hey, there's a possibility Russell Wilson goes to the Giants." I said, "Well, if that happens, well, guess what? I'm going to be publicly rocking a Kansas City jersey.
It's Mr.
'cause,
Unlimited,
yeah.
man.
I will burn all my Giants gear.
Fuck Russell Wilson.
I mean,
We don't need that waste of space over here. He's a cancer in the locker room. We don't need him here.
Has Pittsburgh given
He's a
us,
fucking he's a diva. We as a Giants fan, we want. I'm not saying Super Bowl would be great.
yeah,
We just want to see the team
Compete.
win.
compete. At least compete. I don't give a shit if we got the same record next year. We can't go and get beat by 40 opening night in Dallas.
That's
Like,
that's what
can't
I was
happen.
gonna say. They could have the same record as last year. It's gonna be more exciting.
Yeah, just
Games will be
improve.
closer.
Yeah.
You'll be on the edge of your seat watching, like, damn,
What's
Jameis
your
Winston threw a
team
pick.
that is-
Fuck.
See,
Well,
Julian, that's
says
what I'm
Cam
saying,
Newton
man.
too, bro.
Julian says Cam
I've been
Newton still
saying
wants to
that,
play.
man.
I don't think he does though. I think that's part of his shtick right now. I think he's happy with his role.
No, I think he wants to play, but in his heart, he knows that he's not gonna get.
He's
ever
not
play
gonna.
again.
Like it's a role. It's like work. It's work. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's talking that way to keep the.
And I'll say this as a dude getting old.
I'll take Cam in the
You're mentally, you still feel and think that you can do certain things, but when it comes to performing it physically, it comes a certain, father time. You can't beat that motherfucker. You can't beat father time. And
Ron's the only one that can, evidently. Nobody else seems to.
I think he likes his podcast situation. But before we move on, I wanted to ask you, Rick, what are you smoking on, buddy? What are you smoking on today?
I personally do not ingest THC anymore. I have the type of a job where I can't do such things, but I smoke HHC, and there's pretty much every strain that you can think of with THC. HHC is a strain that is not illegal. It doesn't contain THC in it. It's a derivative. We live in a state where marijuana is legal if it's prescribed. At the end of the day, the people that I know around me that do have their medical cards and they visit dispensaries, the hottest stuff right around is like Khalifa's camp, man. Straight up, they the original growers of Khalifa Kush and that cherry pie Kush. There's some different strains of Kush that they've made kind of with those father plants and that's what everybody's raving about right now. So if I, in the time of my life when I did indulge in such activities, that's probably what I would gravitate towards. Especially since it's a pain reliever, sleep inhibitor, and it gives you your appetite, which
And
is
feel
And
good
to that,
enough.
that is
Yeah.
exactly why I left Florida, because Florida will always be behind in
well.
every single thing.
They
I'm
try
not.
so
I'm
hard
with
not to be.
you in the
Still are.
disappointment with the recreational. I'm with you the same thing. Like, in my smoking days, I always said the same thing. Like, I wouldn't want to put my name on paper about it. Like, that's put my business out there. You know what I mean?
Because if you happen to get a medical card, like in those states that only offer it for medical purposes, if you get a medical card and you want to carry a gun, they won't allow you to get a
Well,
concealed permit if you have a medical card.
now, to your point, in some ways that is correct. But mind you, and this is a disclaimer because I know we have listeners from all over the country, hopefully one day all over the world. But that said, in certain states, the rules with all of that is a little bit different, and it all depends on what the card is issued for. So consider this maybe like a nickel's worth of free advice. So if you're the type of person that the reason that you consume is for like pain, appetite, uh, uh, things like that, you're good. It's once you get to that's right. So if you're diagnosed depression, schizophrenia, anxiety, things like that, that's where the flags start to happen on the. That's where the flags sort of start to happen when it comes to the concealed weapon permit and a couple other things, like jurisdictions. Like my job is more important, in other words, than necessarily what I get from smoking weed. So that's why I don't really smoke it. There's plenty of people around me that do, and I'm not saying I never will again. But at this juncture in my life, it's not. It doesn't help me enough.
Shit, I'll
To
tell you,
Well,
I
me,
never will again.
fortunately, well, that sucks. Well, me, fortunately, I live in a state where it's legal medically and recreationally.
But
I'm smoking on some black
THC.
garlic gelato, which is at 24% THC, topped off with a little bit of hash to give it that.
Yeah.
You're getting topped off with hash. Have you got it made?
You know it, buddy. Well, it was a little bit of a deal the place I go to in Jersey, it's called Delta Dawn. They don't advertise or anything, but that's where I go. I go there so much that with some of the points you build up, got a gram of this shit for practically free. Now, normally I wouldn't seek out to buy it because I just stick to the flower, but got this shit for free. Shit's been awesome, buddy.
You get
Awesome.
anything for free when you steal it.
Fucking 5 finger discount. But to your point, Al, the concentrates is where it's at. Especially if because flower has the stigma that
Yes, sir.
You got that right, princess.
it has a right. Oh, Miss Kiki, legal or illegal, I'm gonna smoke that shit. It's a personal choice, and that's sort of the whole point to all of that. Again, it goes back to is it for you or not? And that's what our country is based upon. You're not hurting nobody by smoking. All right, I buy this argument because this is what the states argue. This is literally what DeSantis came out and said right before the recreational vote here in Florida in November. Is that now everywhere is going to smell like weed? Well, come on now.
It already does anyway. That's
You
a
know what I mean?
dumbass argument.
So
Even when it was illegal.
Dude, I live in South Carolina. Ain't shit legal here. Everywhere I walk, it smells like straight reefer. Like, what are we talking about?
it's literally replaced cigarettes along with vapes.
And I'd much
No,
rather
that's-
smell somebody smoking a blunt or a joint than
But to your
somebody smoking
point,
a cigarette.
to
that
your
makes
point,
two of us.
do you smell people when they come and smell like cigarettes? Yeah, you might not like it, but at the end of the day, you're not smoking a cigarette. I
It's not
understand
hurting
that's
me. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not smoking in a building, if you're not blowing it in people's faces or letting the secondhand, who the fuck is, man? Leave everybody alone. But I'm glad you brought it up, Al, because here at the Blunt Lab, we're looking to start a segment where we start to kind of review and talk about the different stuff that's going on out there in the weed land, and cover that a little bit more. You said smoking some
Yes,
Bruce
sir.
Banner brothers. That's what I'm talking about. Blaze up, roll up.
Amen, amen. So I
But
want
yeah.
to thank Julian. I want to thank Julian, you, and Q and Kiki for joining us and participating. Certainly appreciate
yeah,
all of that.
We want to get your guys' comments and suggestions on how we should do it. Do you guys want to see us just reviewing strains, talking about different situations, growing? What's going on with you guys? Let us know.
Now moving on to Daredevil. Did you guys catch the recent episode?
Fortunately, no.
Not yet.
I watched the first two.
You can talk about it though. It's not gonna ruin nothing for me. I'm still gonna watch it. So.
No, not much to ruin. I mean,
I made it through
you get
first
the
10 minutes
aftermath.
before I fell asleep. I was tired.
Kind of get the aftermath of
White
Tiger dying. There was a scene with his niece who wanted to see the body.
Mm-hmm.
They let the young lady curse. I think it was one of the few curses they.
She's gonna end up taking over the.
That's what I was thinking.
She's gonna take it.
That's what I
mean,
thinking.
in the comics at least.
That's what I was about to say, according to the lore. But that doesn't mean that's what goes on the show. But they're setting it up for that.
It was actually a good setup, and it was actually a very strong and emotional scene between her and Daredevil. And then the other scene I'll talk about, since none of y'all watched it, we can move on from this, is Daredevil. Punisher makes his appearance in this.
Hey.
Oh,
so if that spoils it for anyone, a spoiler. There you have it.
Nah,
But,
it's early on in the series
trailer,
to call that a spoiler. Like anything at this point really isn't too much of a spoiler. Another couple.
He's in the trailer, man. Like if you didn't know he was in it, then that's on you.
Right.
Now I will say this, Marcus. This scene between Punisher and Daredevil kind of reminded me of you and I having a particular conversation a little bit. And I say this, not in the villain hero type shit, but as to where because Marcus and I are born the same month. We're both Aries. For those of you who've been listening to the show, you can kind of see the difference between my attitude and Marcus's attitude. So in this scene, Frank kind of points out to Daredevil, you're here to ask me if it's okay to do something. As to where I could see myself talking to you and trying to get, because there are times where it calls to be calm, collected, cool, and rational. And there are times where it calls for
savage
animal to come out.
That's
and you can see the Daredevil wanting Frank to give him permission, be like, just tell me it's all right for me to be a savage. Because savagery is what's needed for what the Daredevil needs to do next. For what he needs to do next. For anyone who hasn't seen the episode, it's needed. Now, I'm with the Punisher all the way through. I dig everything he does, how he does it, why he does it. That's justice to me. If anyone sees
Punisher in general,
period.
Isn't the Punisher kind of like Daredevil's like moral compass to a degree?
In this particular episode, he certainly was.
Yeah,
I love the way he was. He's like, you're a fucking coward. He's like, say his name. Say his name. You fucking coward. Say his name.
Barenthal is fucking amazing as the Punisher. I love Barenthal as Punisher. I'm not taking away from this guy, the blonde dude. I can't think of his name, Chin, or even Dolph Lundgren or anything. But just Barenthal, it's a different. It feels better. It feels good. It feels right.
He was born for that, man. He was born for that role.
I know that first Daredevil movie that came out years ago. That was a good ass movie.
Oh, you mean the 3-season series for Netflix?
Nah, Daredevil movie came out when I was a kid. I remember going and seeing it.
Oh, you talking about that Ben Affleck bullshit? Get the fuck out of here, man.
It might be. You might be actually. You know
Get
what?
the hell out of here.
Hey, Al,
We
you know
don't hate
what?
Yes,
that.
bro, that was a good movie. Why you hating,
Stop.
Al?
Oh my
Al,
god.
Oh,
Al,
he
to
was
be
little.
fair,
Remember, he was little. He was little. That shit came
Bro, I
out
was like, I was like 3 or 4 when that shit came
before
out.
he was
Like,
balling with
no,
you at
But
Redbubble.
you ain't 3 or 4 anymore. You've seen it
hey,
again. You've
no, to
seen
be
it's a hunk of
fair,
trash.
that
it's
wasn't a
not
terrible movie though.
best. It's not
I
as
mean,
bad as it was when we watched it originally. That's what I'm thinking. It aged a little bit better than I expected.
It wasn't a
It was
terrible
actually
movie,
kind of
man.
comic accurate. A lot of it was accurate too, man. A lot of it was
Thank
accurate.
you,
Hey, y'all
Julian.
tripping. Y'all acting like I said it was a fucking 10 out of 10. I am not saying it was a 10 out of 10.
and that's your boy. That's your
Listen,
boy.
And man,
listen.
he just talking shit because it's me.
They,
It
I mean,
is,
there was some stuff that was just
yeah,
corny,
it is not
but
no
it was
10 out of
what
10. But you
it
also
was
got to
what it
think of
was for the time.
for 03,
Yeah,
like,
Mm,
they were dropping the ball on all the superhero movies except Spider-Man. Spider-Man was the only one that was like
man,
kind
that
of good.
shit was taking shit over. Thank you.
oh,
Everything
come
else
on,
was
Gabe.
like
Come on, Gabe. Come on, Gabe.
it
Stop it.
Bro,
aged.
like,
Al,
listen
watch
though,
it
it
again.
is
It
not a
aged
10 out of
better.
10. I will not sit here and tell you
Here's
it's a
the
10 out
thing.
of 10, but it
I
is
watched
okay.
it because of Colin Farrell again recently,
Okay, the
and
James.
it's still trash. Colin Farrell was probably the best part of the fucking. I'm trying not to
But
curse.
you know
Was
what?
probably the best
He
part of the movie.
he kind of was, but he was also the
Word
best
up to
part.
family. Word up to family. You know, I don't know if y'all know this out there. Since you brought him up, and we talked about Penguin before, we didn't bring it up. Matt and I are actually related to Colin Farrell.
Oh, word. Hey,
Yes.
man, we need to get him on the show.
I wish it
Call
was
him.
like that. If I could talk to him, I would get him on the show. Colin, if you're listening, we did nothing but praise Penguin. I think it's probably nothing else that we've ever reviewed has been across the board best review. So that said, Colin, if Grandma was
right
still
now-
alive, I'd have her call your mama. But
He's a
Yeah,
great
so-
actor, man. He's fucking
Dude, as of
great.
right now, I would
Phenomenal.
love to have Keanu Reeves and Colin Farrell on this show.
for sure.
Keanu.
And then
All
there are
day.
going to be some names mentioned on later.
Uh-oh.
That,
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know who I want to have on the show? Mega Stallion.
let's Daredevil, Disney, great show.
Listen.
Check it out.
Saying, man.
We'll be talking about it next week.
It's not a bad one, man.
Any more
It's
spray
not a
joint?
bad one.
It's a good
Not
one.
bad.
Hey, and she
did
didn't make
we-
my list, so
Did
No,
we
that's
mention
fair.
that Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, that fight is back on?
I
we
did
got
see
on.
that. What are they
Okay,
doing?
so that fight's back on. I
You
don't know
didn't
if you
hear how
guys
much-
know. Devin Haney tried to sue,
So,
or he actually did sue.
I didn't know he was in
Ryan, some background noise there. Did sue Ryan Garcia for assault and some other things. And
Being a pussy, straight up.
Devin Haney just essentially showed what kind of a bitch he was.
Yeah,
So I'm
thank you. I was
glad.
gonna say, call it how it is, Al. Come on.
Yeah. So essentially, I'm glad that
That's all. I mean,
this
I don't-
rematch is back on.
He
And
sued
that,
him for assault, like in a boxing match. He said he got
Yeah.
assaulted.
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty much. Because he was
Wow.
on PEDs. Come on, dude. You just got your ass whooped. Now that this
Oh,
fight
it
is
was.
back on, I don't know what the date is. I forgot to grab that, but nonetheless, I'm glad it's back on. I hope Ryan wears
Gonna
his
get him
ass
work.
out again.
Yeah, he's gonna get his ass work again.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, fuck a Devin Garcia. I'd be mad too if I got beat up by a TikTok boxer.
Ryan Garcia will beat the fuck out of all of us in here, so let's keep
Who's
that
the
in mind.
Who's the TikTok boxer? Is it Ryan?
He's saying Ryan
is
because
it
technically
Jake
that's
Paul?
how Ryan came up.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Ryan Garcia is nasty.
Yeah,
He gonna
is.
beat the shit out of all of us.
Don't let that Tank loss fool you. He just got caught, but he was catching Tank. And in the rematch, I actually think he would beat Tank.
Okay, chill.
Oh,
Pump the brakes a little
I
bit,
bet you $1.
I mean,
I think actually Tank is on the run though. Right now, Tank is on the run after his last fight. Tank is on the
bro.
run.
Don't even get me started with that bullshit fight.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tank
any
is on
given
the run.
night, anybody can lose, though. To be fair, any given night.
Julian says he's legit. Yeah, Matt, you
Ryan
weren't on the
Garcia
show with
is-
us last week. We talked about the Tank fight. Like, do you got anything to say about that real quick while we're on this? Topic?
A bunch of bullshit, sorry ass pussy shit is what I say. You can't walk out here, act like you're the best. Oh, I got gel in my eyes for my braids. Bitch, shut up.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like, what are you doing, bro?
Just
You
take
want to be
the
the
L,
best fighter? Fucking act like one, or get put down like a man. Like it's.
man. Just take it
Now, I
out.
will say this.
Don't take a
like,
fucking knee and blame it on some bullshit. That's how I
to
feel.
that, I'll say this. Yeah, it ain't. It really isn't. It really isn't any stress because I mean,
Yeah.
Haney's an easy fight to be honest with you.
Hugh says fighting Haney isn't worth any stress, to be honest. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he
Like,
isn't really. But to that Matt, I'll say this: I can't remember the Puerto Rican girl's name, but she's a Serrani.
The hairdresser.
But no, she's the badass Puerto Rican fighter.
from the Tyson night.
Yes, she was the co-main event in the Tyson Jake
Yes,
Paul fight.
yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
What was
she
lagging on Netflix.
he is a bitch. He would probably sue from. He'd probably try to sue me for calling him a bitch. To be honest with you, that's how much of a bitch he is.
Defamation
But
of character, man.
old girl, she had the same thing. If you're gonna fight, if you know you're about to fight, get your hair done a week prior, put on a do-rag, train.
Thank you. I saw that too, Kiki.
Yeah, the chick did say that as well. So,
Yeah, I saw that.
not to really oh, she's retiring? Stop playing. Sorry, my bad. I'm watching the fights too.
For those who don't know, UFC is streaming right now.
She claimed that the judge, the grease was getting in her eye from sweating because she had gotten her hair done 2 days before. So I could give that an excuse, but if you're a fighter and you know you're about to fight, you get that shit way done in advance because you're gonna get a couple of sparring sessions in. That way you can sweat some of that shit out, and you could be all right. That knee should have been counted as a knockdown. I don't care if you're trying to get your eyes wiped or whatever the case may be. My man was tagging you up from the highlights. I know you got a couple of shots in. But again, I don't see Tank beating Ryan in a rematch. I don't see
Pump the
Tank.
brakes, but
Tank is avoiding Shakur Stevenson, who really isn't that good in my personal opinion.
he made a bitch move. But Tank is a good fighter.
He's all right. But
see, like what you're talking about right now, Al, if you keep it real, is like what made Mayweather and what you don't like about Mayweather. Like Tank's one of those guys that seems like he's just taking whatever fight. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll give him this. Unlike Mayweather, he's not running in the ring.
that's what I'm getting at.
He'll get hit and he'll give off shots, but he's not going to run in the ring.
There we go.
But there are certain guys with the way boxing is set up anyway. There are certain guys he was knocked down. He was just
yeah.
He looked like he got his bell rung.
Exactly.
He looked like he got his bell. Because he stands there, he's susceptible to getting caught. But if he catches you, he's susceptible to putting you to sleep.
Yeah.
Ryan caught him a few times, but wasn't able to recover because Tank got him. Who was
Tank
this guy?
fucked him up.
Roach? Yeah, Tank.
Yeah,
Roach.
It was Roach.
I mean, that was a back and forth fight, and Roach was putting hands on him. And he even said after in the press conference, yeah, he doesn't really want a rematch. Not with Ryan and not with Roach.
Well, to be fair, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt here. Before this Roach fight was even confirmed, he said he wanted to retire. He said he was done. He wanted to spend time with his daughters. He wanted to spend time with his family. He didn't love fighting anymore. And then 2 weeks later, he signed this Roach fight. So,
I didn't know
You
that.
probably hit him with the wall real quick before you get out. Make the spread.
he was done before this Roach fight was signed and completely done. And all of a sudden, oh, I'm not retiring no more. I'm fighting Roach. So I don't.
Maybe he has money in with the bookies too.
That's a sign of a fighter that knows there are guys right now that'll wear his ass out, and he doesn't want to get his ass whooped.
That's something
Which
you
is
have to
cool.
accept.
Go out when you're on top. I don't hate that. Go out when you're on top.
Tom Brady.
Exactly. But that's like a weird comparison here. But Conor McGregor, his heart is not in the shit no more, and that's why he was getting beat the fuck up before he actually stopped fighting.
Well, dude,
His heart
Conor
was not in the
McGregor,
shit no more.
when you're a millionaire, you don't need to fight. I wouldn't want to put myself through the training, the weight cut,
Why would you?
getting pounded. If I can be in movies and sell, well, now he's not a part of the liquor thing anymore because we all know he's a rapist, blah blah
And he
blah.
beats up
Yeah,
bars.
but he's a billionaire. No billionaire should have to,
Yeah, I don't
step in the, do that. So I don't blame Conor at all. But like with Tank, there's some guys on the come up, and there's some guys that he could fight to like solidify the fact that he's a good fighter and be great by fighting some of these names, and he doesn't want to do it.
See, I think that's the difference, though. I disagree with you there. I think he already is solidified. He's got his money.
Like,
he wants his mental health to be intact, and he doesn't want fucking CTE before he's done with the shit. I
which is
can't
true,
blame
but
him
then
for that.
again, if you're gonna go, if you're gonna, take the fighter's mentality on this, like, who's he beat? I mean, outside of Ryan Garcia, like, what
That's
big
all
names he
boxers.
beat?
So if we're being honest, all boxers are like that. You got maybe one or two like big fights where you won or lost. You sell fights and you take fights where you know you can win.
Well, let's bring in
That's
Bud
boxing.
Crawford. Let's bring in Bud Crawford.
But he's on the come
Bud
up. That's
Crawford is
different.
beating.
That's different.
Bud
He's on
Crawford
the
is
come up.
beating people.
Who's
He's
Bud
beating
beat?
people.
Except my boy. Who else Bud would beat?
He's beating everybody. There's
You
a
ain't letting
reason
that
this
shit
Yeah.
go.
motherfucker. There's
He
a
beat
reason why he's
everybody.
fought
He
everybody,
beat
and
everybody he's fought. Yeah.
he's not to my knowledge, he hasn't avoided anybody. He's not avoiding. He's actually stepping up to fight Canelo.
I was
That's
gonna say he's
crazy.
supposed to fight Canelo, but I mean, fuck.
I don't like that one for him.
Bud is
But,
gonna
So for me,
mop the
I
floor
think
with
Tank is a
Canelo.
good fighter, but
I mean,
again,
he got paid though. Like Matt said.
yeah, I mean,
you
get
know
your
what I
money
mean?
and go. But
Yeah, I'm
we
not
can't
mad
say
at him.
that makes him great.
And I
No,
say
he's
this
not a
makes him
goat.
good.
He's not a goat at all. But
It's just like
he
Gabe
got
said,
his and got out.
if your heart's not in it, that's dangerous. That is a dangerous sport to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
If your heart's not in it, you get really hurt doing this.
Any
yeah.
fighting. That's the whole
Yeah.
point of that shit.
Except
Yeah,
for
if you're
wrestling.
not-
This
Yeah,
just
right,
in for
with
those not
wrestling.
watching the UFC
Oh
fight.
no, Matt. Be fair. If your heart's not in wrestling, you're gonna get hurt there.
Molly McCann, who is
Hey, Meatball Molly.
Meatball?
Meatball Molly, she is
Meatball.
retired. She has put the gloves down. She got choked out today. Yeah, she got
Wow.
choked out. She got choked out, and she has put the
Wow.
gloves down. She is retired. Molly, you were
Damn.
great. We loved you. Yeah, she
I
entertained the
love her
hell out of
interviews,
me.
man.
Yeah,
I
me
love her
too,
in
man.
interviews. She's funny as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But yeah, that's it there. But yeah, moving on. I guess let's get to the nitty of the gritty.
I think Sean is it's like backstage right now. If Micah sees him, if you want to drop him in for this
We are
segment.
entering the lab after dark. So
What are you aptly calling this now again, Matt?
Marcus,
What lab after dark?
What happened?
what did I say?
this topic we're about to jump into.
Oh,
I said
I'm not.
I said
like,
let's
well,
make this freaky. It's the lab after dark.
No,
Lab
okay.
after dark.
The lab after dark, huh? Well, look, I'll let you. Since Marcus is is the one that started this last week, we'll just let you jump right into it. Because you guys were talking about whose butthole you licked, so I guess this is how this got started.
No, that turned into something else.
Let's go picture this. What happened last week is we had a discussion about what is aptly named, right? The laminate list or the hall pass, right? Like the automatic hall pass, right? Right. So like, with couples out there, yeah, fucking you got it, buddy.
You and Ricky should have been on the show, Gabe. I like some new faces.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's saying we decided, hey, let's just go ahead and let's tackle it. Let's talk about our laminate list, like top 5. Like we talk about our top 5s all the time, do we not? But I thought we should make it a little bit interesting, and besides just having
Told you it was the lab after dark, Hugh. We're not ready.
We're not going to go to buttholes again at this point. Anyway, who knows? But what we talked about is let's talk about our top 5. But we also, instead of having like what do you call it, your notable mentions, thought we'd have some specific ones too. So I want to bring it to you, Al. I want to hear who your current top 5 laminate list is. Like Micah has to be like, go sir, go. Who's your top 5?
Well, you know me, I don't like to follow rules. We'd like to welcome Sean to the show. You know me, I don't like to follow rules. 5 was not enough. So
I got multiple on my list too, Al.
Yeah, so you guys are gonna get my whole list, but I'm gonna give you my wife's because Hugh likes to accuse me of being rude and obnoxious when it comes to some of the things I say about women on this show. He likes to defend my wife, which I appreciate too, by the way. But my wife has her list. It's a short one, but still. First one, Ryan Gosling. She loves the hell out of that dude.
He's right
Second
here.
one.
He's in the bottom
Second
left
one,
on my screen.
Channing Tatum.
Oh God.
Like, I can't watch Step Up anymore because of this dude.
Did you say
I
Shannon?
know Channing Tatum, whatever, Shannon, whatever his name is, Tatum,
Channing.
whatever.
We got wait, yeah.
This next dude, she only likes him as a particular character. He's nothing outside of this particular character to her, and that's Geralt, aka Henry Cavill. Anything outside of that, she doesn't like. She just likes him as Geralt, and that's that.
So if he's in another movie and you point it out, she's like,
Yes, but to these guys, to Al's point here, it doesn't necessarily have to be a real person. It could be fictional. So this is real or
Riot
fictional.
Berry. It's an old school
Now, for me,
classic.
these are just my women. Like I don't really regularly watch porn anymore, so I don't have a porn star. I don't really know those wrestlers' names.
Damn,
So
you
a lot of
suck.
those girls.
Kiki said yes, Channing.
To my darling little
say,
princess
jump on it.
and to my beautiful wife, Channing Tatum is gay. There you have it. You heard it here first on the Blunt Lab. Now to my list.
Oh my lord.
We'll start off with Halle Berry.
I knew you.
In no particular order. I'm just gonna drop my names. If you guys want to talk about some of these names, feel
All
free.
over the place.
I just know
Halle
my list.
Berry, Regina King, Taraji Henson, Regina Hall. For those who don't know who Regina Hall is, she's a black chick in Scary Movie.
You're missing out.
Lisa Bonet, Zoe Saldana,
I like
Nia Long, Kerry Washington, Megan Good,
No.
Jessica Alba. Oh yeah, big booty.
Oh, you took
Jessica Alba, Jennifer Esposito. I don't know if you guys remember who she is. Vanessa Hudgens, Michelle Pfeiffer, Marissa Tomei, Jennifer Connelly, Emma Stone, Alexandra Daddario.
You should just
Emma
say all.
Stone. Damn.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Alexandra
so
Daddario.
everyone.
I didn't hear Amy Adams.
So
Nah,
he said, "Let me off the
for
chain."
me.
No,
For me,
hey,
no.
you
Let me wrap it up one at a time, guys. Emma Watson, Charlize Theron,
Yeah.
Haley Steinsfield, Alexandra Breckenridge, and Lauren Cohan. Now, there are names that I've left out. Those are just the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. There you have it, folks.
I got the best top 5 of all time, Alfred.
Those are the women that can get the best 3.5 minutes of their life as soon as they give us a buzz, and my wife would not mind it. I mean, mine.
So she says.
Next.
I guess I'll take the floor here. Same as Al, no particular order.
Micah says from the Blunt Lab.
I'm gonna start off with Eva Mendes.
Oh yes. See, she's one I didn't get to mention.
You took one of mine, Megan Good, which is
big
probably
booty.
one of my top of all time.
Big booty
Miss
work with
Christina Milian. How did you not say that name, Al?
Well, here's the thing, man. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. I like some of the movies that she's in. She's on my list, but again, the names that I mentioned were just off the top of my head. Christina was just.
It's all right. I got another one for you.
What's up?
Stacey Dash.
She's on my.
I used to. Here's the thing.
What are we talking about here?
I was kind of surprised.
I agree with you, but I dated a chick
that's right.
resembled her, and that
So
kind of
like her even more.
Nah, because I told you she was a crazy advocate. She attacked me. I had to put her down. So
put her down.
She kind of ruined Stacey Dash for me. So again, Stacey Dash is a beautiful woman with a fat butt. Yeah.
Now I've got a couple more on my list, but I'll top it off.
I will say this though, Matt, you got the fever.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious here what's going on.
Yeah,
oh my God, one of the most beautiful mixed babies I've ever seen in my entire life. The most beautiful mixed baby I've ever seen in my entire life.
This is where the switch up comes. I'll end it at 5. Margot Robbie.
I like her, but she's been so oversaturated in the media.
Chopped in Agent Bad. Okay, but
That's
You missing
very
it,
true.
Kiki. I'm talking about years ago. Come on, you missing
Yeah.
the point here.
In her prime, Stacey Dash was a little something something.
Thank
Made
you.
the movie Clueless, but for Silver Screen.
Thank
As,
you.
as long as she didn't speak, and please, I know how that sounds coming, being said out loud, but Stacey Dash.
How are you
said a
going to say
lot of
as long
dumb
as you don't
shit.
speak, but you still mentioned Regina King? As soon as you said Regina King, I was like, nah, I don't know, man.
Hey
Yeah,
man, Regina King can get it, boy. You know what?
Yes.
Julian.
She's
She is on the
wild, bro.
outside of my list. She's on the outside of my list, but she is
One-
on the list.
What
one
up, Dave?
more I will say before I end my list.
Yeah. Anybody else, Matt? Yeah.
Megan Fox.
Oh god.
You know what?
There was a time.
I can't. Hey, look.
There
I feel
was
like
a
she
time.
insists upon herself.
There was a time, yes, and then when they started pointing out her dick fingers, it kind of,
Her dick fingers.
That's fine. I don't care. That's my
It
hall
kind of like,
pass. I don't need to
is she
look
gonna
at
try
her
to?
fingers.
Is she gonna try to try to stick that thumb up your butt? And I mean,
You always
it's
gotta
literally
dig into
her,
that, huh?
Her dick thumb
her
up your butt.
thumb. Her thumb.
You
is
might
shaped
like
like
it,
a
Al.
penis. No butthole. Not
That's
mine. Not hers.
Wow.
Buttholes
That's
are
wild.
blended.
That was a fabulous list, Matt. I gotta admit,
I-
that was really good. That was really good. I liked it. I say Gabe. So Gabe joined us. Welcome to the party. Gabe,
I apologize for my
What up,
lateness.
homie?
I take it you joined us so you could let us know your list, bro. Talk to us. What's going on, man? Tell us about your
Well,
list.
I just got here, so I apologize for the lateness. My top 5. Mariah Carey's one. No particular order. Selma Hayek.
One of the viewers mentioned
Yes.
that.
Yes.
She's on the outside of my list too.
Yep.
Selma? Yeah, still.
Still.
Gabrielle Union.
Yes.
Yeah.
To me, back in the day, though. Back
Hey
in
man,
the day, that's
don't
one of those back in
don't
the day
hate,
was-
man. I love that woman. Don't hate.
Yeah.
She'll make you wear a dress, homie.
Dope.
Oh God.
Hey, she's not alive anymore, but when she was, man, Anna Nicole Smith.
Yes.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Amazing rack.
Somebody
I'm not
likes titties.
She had an amazing rack. Yeah,
I
love-
be a motorboat.
I
like
son of a
voluptuous
bitch, that
women.
woman. Well,
I love voluptuous women. I
She had a
can't.
great personality.
She did. She was great.
Too big personality.
And I have to say Gal Gadot.
Come again?
Gal
Gal Gadot?
huh?
Oh, Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
Oh, she's always been on. Oh my god, you know.
I gotta
You
see.
can get it too.
She's my
I
favorite.
can't-
She's my
She's
favorite.
sexy.
Those
Yeah, she's
are my
sexy.
5 right there.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes, yes,
Hell yeah.
yes,
I'll
sir.
do
Not
I'll,
like
I'll, I'll do a
Not
few
a good-
turns.
Matt approves.
Not
What about you, Marcus?
Marcus, talk to me, my man. What you got on your list? Who's on your limited list? Who's the old lady? Your pregnant old lady
Yeah.
gonna let you go ahead and just take the
Yeah.
hall pass, bro?
Trying to hear this one.
Well, y'all said a few of them. Megan Good.
Julian.
You know,
Julian just said
Margot.
big.
Big mutt.
What?
Julian wrong, dog.
Julian,
Yeah.
hey,
Megan
everybody
Good.
got
I don't want
the
to what the fuck.
love who you're gonna love.
Let's say Margot Robbie, Haley Steinfeld, of course.
Yes.
I'll put J-Lo on the list too, man.
Yes, she's a crazy bitch,
Personality
but
aside.
bro,
Personality aside, just
she looks great.
That
and
ass.
I would say my number 1 would be Anna de Armas. I
Yes.
don't know what it is.
Yes.
She's on my list
Yes.
too, bro. She's
Yes,
on my
something.
list too.
Something about her just
Oh,
I can't. I don't want to talk about it too much.
it's that Cuban. She's probably one of the most beautiful Cuban people that were ever born. Like, oh my god,
Is
just,
it
Yeah.
is it her accent, Marcus?
that's part of
There
it.
you have. Look at that. She
There
pulled
she
it up
is.
real quick. There you have
Yeah.
it, folks. Now, Marcus, is it her accent or is it her scene in Knock Knock with Keanu Reeves?
That's
It's
an
definitely-
amazing.
Drives you up the
The
wall.
first time I seen her was in Knives Out. I hadn't seen Knock Knock until
Really?
later on. Yeah.
Oh, and the
Knives Out
scene where
was what
she's
made me-
fucking spanking it, forget about it.
Oh shit.
It's true.
Where's she banking it?
And the chick
Yeah,
that
she's
she
a
was in
pretty
Knock
girl.
Knock with,
You know the right
she's hot
site
too.
to find that, Sean.
She's a pretty girl.
It's like she's jerking off. I'm like, she's not jerking off. She's not jerking anything.
And on a
She
day
wasn't,
Armand,
but I was.
Masturbation scene.
Nah, it's
Scarlett
different. That's
Johansson.
different.
I don't know. My mind's slipped. Scarlett Johansson would be on
Scarlett
the
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Hugh's
legend.
girl. That's Hugh's girl right there.
Yeah,
Hugh said he'd lick her butthole.
he did.
Yeah, she
I
You don't
think
like
we're all
buttholes, from what I
guilty of that.
remember.
I'd say the 6 of us here are all guilty of agreeing to that.
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
right.
whoa.
Sometimes you gotta
I
do what
don't
you gotta do,
care.
man.
I don't care how hot a
Yeah,
bitch
Marcus,
is.
no butthole. Ewing.
I told you, he was not.
I know you
He
guys.
don't want
I know
nobody's
you guys-
butthole on it.
I know you guys-
sometimes you gotta
Put that
play with
on
that
the house.
hemorrhoid, bro.
Really?
Yes. No
Really,
butthole
Gabe?
for me.
Come
Oh
on.
my god. Who else?
You
is
know
on
who
your
else,
list,
dude?
Marcus?
I would say
It's
Kiki.
Just play with the hemorrhoid, man. You be all right.
Oh, Kiki
I
Palmer?
like
Yes.
Kiki Palmer a lot.
Yes.
I really do. I like
Yes.
Kiki Palmer.
Fair enough.
But,
So,
yeah.
you know what, Kiki? You're listening, so I want to ask you a question since, you're one of the females on the show.
Oh, God, here we go.
Yeah, Hillary
Yes.
Duff can get it too, Julian. Hillary Duff can
Yes.
get it too.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's considered a compliment if somebody says, "Hey, you remind me of J-Lo, Selma, or Jessica Alba." One of those chicks, right? A female would consider that a compliment. Am I wrong in thinking so?
Not J-Lo.
I'm a man,
The other two
I'm a
is
man
J-Lo.
and I think that wouldn't be a compliment.
Now, with that being said, if I told a chick, "Hey, you remind me of that girl that played Precious or
That's
Lizzo,"
not a compliment. That's
Come
not a
on,
compliment.
They wouldn't like that. They don't dig that.
Man. Al, you're horrible,
Yeah.
bro.
Kiki
That's
said,
not-
hey,
Kiki Palmer's the queen.
She is. But that's
She
just
she can
mean,
get it too.
That's just mean spirited.
Ow,
It's just-
Kiki can get it too.
So I'm just saying,
who you
That's sweet
comparing
dark
to
chocolate.
Precious, though? Who you
If-
comparing to Precious?
Terrible.
Yes, that's a great
What
picture
are we-
of her.
what are we
too.
saying?
That's a very
Nah.
good picture of her.
she's
Nice.
got a pretty mouth too.
Shit, you got a pretty mouth.
I'm just
That
saying,
mouth do though.
the consensus is all women are beautiful, right? So
Absolutely.
if I say, "Hey, you
Going
remind me
down
of
this path.
Lizzo or
I don't
Precious,"
agree with that. No, I'm sorry, I can't agree with that.
But okay, now listen. If it's somebody, yeah, I know,
I
right?
was just
Say that.
I was just wanting to know.
Fuck.
Not if somebody, especially if it's not somebody you don't know. Now, I will take this into a consideration. Is I know bigger girls who are proud of that, and if you know them and they're proud of that, and they've been open with you about that, you can say the same shit.
Well, don't get me wrong.
But
I don't
Kiki's
want
point,
anybody
yes,
to take this
that's
the
what
wrong
I
way.
did.
You can be big and be pretty. That's not
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck about any of that shit. If I'm looking at
It
your
takes a
face
lot
and
more
you are
work,
ugly,
But
that is to me is what ugly and your personality. I
What do
don't
you
give
mean
a
a
fuck
lot
Hey,
about.
Jen-
But no, man.
You could be
Precious
big
isn't
as
pretty,
fuck and
though.
still be pretty as shit. Like I've seen it with my own eyes. There are
Matt
big
Marcus
girls
is
who
like,
are
no,
pretty.
Matt, you
Like
look like
Matt,
Biggie
you're
Smalls.
right.
But she
Matt,
look like
you're right. Matt, you are completely right. But what I was talking
You're
about,
absolutely right.
Precious ain't pretty, man.
and Lizzo is
come on.
not
yeah,
pretty.
no, he was
Lizzo
going a
is
different
not.
direction with all that.
You just
Like-
he clowning on them chicks, man. That's
If
crazy,
you walk up
man.
to a chick and say you remind
Well,
me of
we
Lizzo,
know
I
that big
hope
girls
you
can
get
be
smacked
pretty.
in the
Those are
Not all of
fighting
them, though.
words.
I was asking a legit question.
No, you asking how
Nah,
to
you-
start a
yeah.
fight with a stranger. That's
No,
what you
she is
asking.
not pretty, bro.
You
gotta
asking
come down.
how to disrespect
Like,
a stranger.
Nah, like
That's what
I'm telling you,
said.
crop it out from the neck
Okay.
down. Her face is not pretty.
I can
For me.
tell you.
Like
No.
I don't care about the bottom
No.
half. That doesn't bother
No,
me.
there's
It's the
some
top
pretty
half.
bigger
She's
girls
not
out there.
pretty.
She ain't. Those two ain't it.
Oh
man.
my
That's what-
god.
He just
Yo.
bad.
Yo.
Oh no.
Oh,
Also
shit.
That,
That's
that's
crazy.
No.
AOL.com.
That is
That's
definitely that
AOL.
she
Nah,
is
that
related
shit
to Al.
influence.
She was
That shit
related to
influence.
Al.
I guess we all got our taste.
Oh my god. This fat.
Look.
God damn.
I guess
How do I-
Quasimodo might look handsome too, right?
Oh,
How do I
shit.
recover?
God.
I know people whose wife look like Quasimodo. Well,
There's some pretty
oh,
big girls
me?
out there, man.
Okay.
Like,
I raised home.
those two are terrible
All right.
examples.
Hey, we've got 2 more lists. I'm trying to hear real quick before
All right,
we
Sean.
Okay,
Sean, give me the
Yeah.
list so I can close this out.
you gotta hit Sean.
And then, yeah, I'm old, so a lot of it's classic stuff. Classic stuff. You guys will probably agree, but it's man, I started this all off back in the day when Jennifer Love Hewitt was like
Yes.
everything to everyone. Jennifer Love
She
Hewitt
gave me
has
the
always
Moto.
been on my list.
She's
Moto.
hot.
Bro, She's just everything about her. Like, she's cute. Britney Spears was always one of my favorites. I know Rick was a fan too until a certain
Hell yeah.
situation happened where she got out of the car.
Until she was cloned.
After that,
You lost me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Matt looks disgusted.
Emma Watson,
You lost
but only after a certain point,
Oh.
because before a certain point it was wild, but and after a certain point she kept looking good, and you're like, all right, I knew it. I called it.
She's on my list too.
Yeah, dude,
I mean,
definitely for sure. She's weird these days, but she's still super sexy.
Good call, Kiki.
So one that always hit my list that everybody thought was weird, and it's kind of a weird one because not everybody said it, but Anna Faris from Scary Movie.
Yo, she's hot too, dude. That's not weird.
Yeah,
She has her
I
moments.
agree.
She has her moments for sure.
Yeah.
nah,
I
ain't nothing
mean,
weird
more
about
so
that at
back
all,
in the
bro.
day, not so
Oh,
much
yeah.
anymore. Now that she's on kind of that whiny sitcom, it's kind of like, meh. But
She kind of hasn't aged well either.
Ain't nothing wrong with that at
Yeah,
all.
you doing
yeah,
Nothing
she
wrong.
hasn't aged.
How
well.
you doing?
But on Scary Movie, when she was funny and cute, and in House Bunny, that was pretty good time.
No, her and Just Friends. Just
See,
Friends was her best character. When she played that like Britney Spears kind of
Oh.
like
this was amazing. If you haven't seen,
If you haven't seen Just
if you
Friends,
haven't seen Just Friends with her and Ryan Reynolds, do yourself a favor, watch that fucking movie. Hilarious.
That little chick on the other side of
and-
Reynolds, she's hot too.
Amy Smart.
No, she's
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, Amy Smart's super hot too. Amy Smart added to the list. ScarJo, Scarlett Johansson, always everybody's list. She's extremely sexy.
Everybody want to run train on your girl here. Everybody's trying to run train on you.
And then one that kind of hit the radar a couple years back. Rick knows what I'm talking about. Kayleigh McEnany, the chick that used to speak for President Trump before this one that we have now. She was extremely hot. I would wait for him to do different shit just to hear her come out and talk about it. She
Yeah,
was
that's
sexy.
Oh,
What's her
I get what
name?
you're saying.
Her name is Kayleigh McEnany. McEnany. Rick?
She was the White
like,
House correspondent for Trump during his first election.
Blonde,
first
super
Kayla
cute.
McKinney.
This is administration. Yeah.
Now,
I mean,
now she's on the news in the
alright,
morning on
bro.
Fox.
She's all right. Y'all kind of tripping.
Ah!
I'm picking
Whatever.
I'm picking Shorty from 8 Mile. What's her name? Stephanie Murphy or something?
Oh, Brittany Murphy.
Oh, Brittany Murphy.
Brittany
Rest in
Murphy.
peace. Yeah, she
I'm-
Brittany
she was
Murphy?
Yeah.
good too.
Hell yeah, she was
Thing
good
about-
too.
It's all right.
Brittany's a good nod because she was like a modern day like girl next door type of scenario. Like she wasn't some like supermodel chick. She was by no means not good looking. She was
But
very
that
pretty.
don't matter
But
exactly.
she seemed mad chill. You know what I mean? Like just mad chill to be around with her roles.
Well, I think that was a lot of the roles that she took. Like that kind of.
Oh, look at that right there.
Rest
I
in
mean, like
peace.
she was involved. Yeah, she was. Yeah. Another
You can
one that
just picture those
recently left us.
eyeballs
That
looking
was.
up at you.
Oh, you're right.
I know, you just-
I have.
Oh,
Another
stop.
one that was extremely hot and left us way too early. Just recently departed. Michelle Trachtenberg. She was a top 5 on my list for sure. The chick from Eurotrip.
Were you
Yeah,
ready?
It's looking at me like it's over.
Yeah, I have no idea
Michelle
who that is.
Yeah, she
Michelle
died
Trachtenberg.
around the same
She was
time
in-
as
she was in
Jane
Eurotrip.
Hackman.
Oh, you like
Yeah,
that weird
she was.
shit. You
Yeah,
like
she was
that
in
weird
that
shit,
in
Sean.
that trio.
Yeah, you like that weird
I
shit.
do. I do like weird shit. I do like weird shit. Dude, she's fucking sexy, dude. She was in Buffy.
Rest in
not
peace
bad,
again. She
but
just passed away. Rest in peace.
She's not bad.
Yeah,
but
man.
She gives off Twilight vibe. So I know Al is fucking with her.
Paradise says she looks like she takes souls.
She might, and I'm into that. I'm cool with that too.
Amen to
So we
that,
talked
man.
about
Amen to that.
yeah,
Man,
yeah, dude. That was
Angelina
damn
Jolie
shame.
You know what?
overrated.
Damn shame.
She's overrated.
Angelina Jolie.
No, well, you know
kinda
what?
Lost it.
Angelina Jolie was good for at a certain point in her life. She was, but not no more, bro.
Because she's
She's
kind of
not-
built like a crackhead, and
Hell
you know,
She's
yeah.
okay
So-
though, but she's
Yeah,
overrated.
it's like hitting a stick figure, bro.
One that nobody
She
said
started-
that I was gonna put on my list that I thought everybody else would have, so I didn't. Jessica Alba. Why did nobody?
she's
say-
on my list. I mentioned
She
her.
brought
That's
him on.
true.
And
Okay,
I'm
okay,
about to
okay.
Yeah,
figure
Al
out-
did mention
Jessica
it,
Alba.
and I definitely thought about it,
I mean,
but
you
I knew
guys-
she'd
I
be
mean,
on
I-
the list.
I
Jessica Alba, you
understand
don't
my
need
list.
to mention.
I understand my list was a little extensive, but shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we kind of forgot some of the names that were on there. I was like, that's just a small selection
So
of the names.
Micah just showed the picture of Angelina Jolie. Honestly, once she got into their cult shit, she looked different. But like Hackers, Angelina Jolie, and I'm not even like the bob cut kind of guy.
She used to be.
Oh, back in the
Hackers,
day, yeah.
Angelina Jolie, stop.
Yeah, Hackers, Gone in 60
Raider,
Seconds,
Tomb
Mr.
Raider.
and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, but once she lost access to the baby blood, she started looking her age. It wasn't fun anymore.
Or they cloned her, took her out, but that's a different joke.
She just looked like she's smoking that rock right
Well,
now.
she-
She looks a little stinky.
Oh yeah, she looking more like a skeleton than anything
man,
else.
when you got the money. You got the money.
Early skin and bones. Hell yeah, Tomb Raider, bro. Look at
Yeah,
that.
Tomb Raider. That's what Dice.
Yeah, that's
Dice
Tomb
was like,
Raider.
oh, Tomb Raider. So, with that said, last but
I never meant it.
Sean, you're breaking up.
Oh, shit.
I think my phone's gonna die. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, you sounded like a robot
Yeah,
right now.
Winona Ryder can get it, Julian. She can get it. Again, there were
Winona Ryder.
There were a ton of women left off the list.
Pretty wide.
I got two more, but I want Rick to finish his list first.
But go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, Rick, go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off, brother.
And to your point, you have Micah's list. I also have Paradise's list. So I was gonna pop that out for y'all real quick. She put on there Chris Pratt, Chris Hemsworth. That's a good double Chris combo. I get it. I see it. Right? She also Matthew McConaughey was one of her crushes forever, but she was like, yo, like 15 years ago, Matthew McConaughey. Right. Because it's a little different now.
You know what I noticed about our wives, Rick?
What's that?
They like
no
white
black
men.
guys on the list.
They like white
no
men.
black guys on the list.
But
Red flag.
But the last one on Dice's list is to one of my themes with this, which was she's over here laughing. Is if you know who Steve Howie is, he was in Shameless and a few other shows. His Kevin is his name in the show. His old lady in the show is V, who's played by Shanola Hampton.
Yo.
So her couple because Steve Howie's on her list, but Val and Kev, V and Kev is her couple. Like, she would let them do the foursome thing with us.
What's her name? The chick with the black hair on Shameless. She was in The Day After Tomorrow.
Oh, are you talking about? Are you
the main
talking
character?
About
Fiona, yeah.
Who?
Fiona?
On Shameless, with the black hair.
Shameless name.
Yeah.
That's my girl too, bro. 3.5. That's all. 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, her name is Emmy Rossum.
I want that. I want the chocolate. That's on that show.
Hey, hey, who am I to judge you?
Hey, chocolate's good, bro. Chocolate's good.
Thank you. Yes, he will. That's what I'm starting. That's what I'm starting to believe here.
Right?
Man, these are just Hollywood crushes. I can't. I'm an old man. I can't help all these broads are on my radar. I got a lot of 3.5 minutes to give.
I thinked it out because like you know what I mean? Like same thing. Like I hadn't really thought too much about the laminate list a while until we talked about it before, and I was like, it had to really make me start thinking about it because a lot of them have rolled off of there. All right, so this is how I broke it down for you guys. All right, so my current top 5, and I will put it in order. Right, Jessica Alba, number 5, because she was always pretty badass. But it's like Into the Blue days. Right, that's kind of that time period. You know what I mean? Right.
I liked her on that dance movie too.
Then I was trying to think of someone a little bit more current, and a lot of the more current ones that are really hot, I knew them when they were like little, so it's hard for me to look at them that way.
Yes,
she's cute too. So
that makes it tricky. Like like your Vanessa Hudgens, like the Selena Gomez's and stuff. Like I knew them when they were little girls.
You can't look at it like that though.
I can't. Right? I'm just weird. I'm
right because they're adults now.
Right. Yeah. Well, I get that. And I agree with you, Gabe. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're not beautiful women and should not have that position in life, but I can't see them that way.
I get that, though. That does make sense.
Right?
I can.
So when I thought about the current ones, Gabe said I can. when I thought about the current ones, the one I would throw in there for my current one, and I would put her at number 4 is Sydney Sweeney. Like,
Yes, she's on my list too. She's on
you
my
know what I
list
mean?
too.
Like, she's kind of like she looks like a woman, and kind of even when she was younger, kind of did. She never really looked like a little girl. Like, that's what I'm saying.
I think
Number
we all
3,
catch the drift.
Hey, I'd squirt on her boobs.
I know you
We
would,
all
though.
would. We all
Now, my number 3, I want to be specific about it, right? Ever since she came onto the scene, I was like, oh, she could go on the laminate list real quick. But during Wolf of Wall Street, it like sealed the deal. She's gonna be on there for a long time. Margot Robbie. Oh my god.
Can you tell that's my dad? Can you tell that's my dad?
We both. I could tell I got a type once I started doing the list. I was like, damn, I got a type. And coming in at number 2, and I sent this picture for Mike at a show because I know a lot of people aren't going to know this name until you see the face. But it's Alicia Cuthbert. Now she was in The Girl Next Door, and she was also.
Oh yeah, she was on 24
and on Old School, right?
Mhm.
Like when that movie came out, I was like,
Oh, hell yeah.
I was like, yo, I looked at my old lady at the time, rest in peace, fuck that bitch. I looked at her dead ass in the face and I was like, yo, if she knocked on the door, I'm leaving.
Somebody stop it.
But that was a long time ago. It's another one that aged. And number one, and I think
you're missing the point here.
A common thread, and she didn't. Yo, Knock Knock was good, and yeah, the double click in her mouse scene that was interesting, for a regular movie. But honestly, it was in War Dogs as Anna de Armas, man, like for real. Like, I think it's because she's like both like kind of like a white girl. No, that's not Anna. Who that is that's the sports star. That's Blair O'Neal.
She's aight.
Who she just showed the picture of. So the number 1 was Anna, but
oh no,
for the
I want my chocolate.
But Blair O'Neal back in the day too was like that's who she just showed. I don't know if y'all know her, but she's a golfer. She said, and Julian said nobody says so.
She was on Julian. She was on my list too.
Yeah, she's on the list.
Some honorable mentions that I had were 2015 Ronda Rousey.
Ew.
Oh hell yeah, yeah, she good. Yeah, hell yeah, she good.
Yo, are y'all gay? Are y'all gay? I think y'all are gay.
I'm telling you right now. That's why I sent my.
Nah, bro. Look at that.
I think you're gay.
All right, Gabe. Tell me a better looking fighter. Tell me a better looking female fighter.
That's the thing.
Okay,
Why
no,
you gotta
I'm
pick a
saying.
fighter?
I think she's hot. I like her.
Mackenzie Dern.
Now, I will say this.
No.
Mackenzie Dern's a hot one. Paige Van Zant's another one.
Sorry,
Michelle
Peter.
Waterson is another one.
Paige Van Zandt.
The champ that Marcus likes.
She doesn't
what's her
look
name?
too much like a man. Most fighters look like a man.
Alexa Grasso is a pretty one.
Hey, Mackenzie Dern don't look nothing like a man.
Yeah.
Well,
back then Ronda was all right.
The cameraman changed that shit up quite a bit.
He damn sure did.
Hey, but everybody, that was very interesting to hear everybody's list because it sounds like everybody has a type. When I go back,
and I notice a lot of you. I mean, outside of Matt, a lot of you didn't have too many black chicks on your list.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had a black chick on mine.
My list.
Just one.
Like 3 that have rotated off my list over the years is Cindy Crawford, Stacey Dash.
Yes,
thank you very motherfucking much, and Pam Anderson.
Cindy
Pam
Crawford.
Anderson.
Yeah, Sean knows. I had Cindy Crawford. My mom got me a Cindy Crawford poster.
Classic.
And I was like fucking 12. That shit was up at the end of my bed. She was topless, so she was just kind of holding her arm across the side.
Hey,
The first dream.
Daisy Dukes, booty hanging out, Dinakla all over the place. Gabe, you know what that is. You know what I mean? Like
another one I had on my list that you pointed out too was Nia Long. She gets a double shout out from me. Them Fresh Prince days. Them Fresh Prince days. Do not get me started.
Fresh Prince, Friday. I mean, Boys in the Hood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, dude, in Boys in the Hood, you can actually see where Cuba Gooding Jr. sticks his face in her crotch just to get a sniff. Trying to play that scene out, but
I would.
Yeah.
Have you seen the stories in Hollywood where they've actually where they say they actually had intercourse in the scenes that you're watching? Obviously a lot of the times they don't. A lot of times they use body doubles, but there's certain scenes in certain movies where they were actually engaging in intercourse when they happen.
And they talked about it in Monsters Ball. They talked about how Billy Bob and is it Angelina? They were actually having sex in the movie.
Holly
But they were
Berry.
bumping tacos.
Another one was John Cena and Amy Schumer.
Yeah, apparently that was a thing just recently that they
Trying to see
talked
that
about.
shit.
You
Mm.
better get some.
Yeah, I don't
Which I'm
even
not
think about
surprised because
that.
John Cena will fuck anything.
Sounds a bit like Al.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? Well, hey, man, we want to thank everybody for joining and participating.
Send in your
appreciate you
send in your
guys.
top fives. Send in your
You
top
know,
fives.
by all means, yes,
Top
yes.
Yeah,
five,
everybody
top
comment your
five,
top
top
five.
five.
It's be
Like,
interesting.
subscribe, share.
Yeah, definitely
and-
send those names in.
You know what? Signing off. I am Al, joined by my brothers Rick, Sean, Gabe, Marcus, and Matt. Peace.
Laters.
Skaters.
Well, you know what? We're gonna stay on a couple of extra seconds.
We're gonna kick it with y'all. We're
Hey,
gonna
kick on
hang
it.
out. Actually,
We're
you
gonna
don't have to go anywhere.
We're having technical
Just
difficulties.
we're
me
having
shout out
some
Iggy.
technical.
Let me shout out
hang
Iggy
out with
Azalea.
us.
Look, another chick I left
Iggy
off the
Azalea
list was
got that
Emma
fuck.
Roberts.
Iggy
Emma Roberts,
Azalea.
you get it.
Iggy Azalea.
Bro, I was impressed. I didn't know who she was until I seen her, and then I was like, "That's not
Right.
real."
You figured out who she was real quick, didn't you?
Yeah, real
Oh,
quick, and then she hit the lip.
Nah.
And
Yo,
Rick,
you know who I like
hey
too?
Rick, I don't know.
Who's that?
I don't really, I don't really go in on the porn stars. Like I'm like a lot of y'all. I don't really have a porn star that I. But
Oh,
who
I
is that?
do.
What? God, what is? Heather.
Heather.
Heather
Deep Throat-
from IDeepthroat.com.
Oh, I know.
Is
I
it
know
on
your
there?
porn
I
star,
knew it.
Al.
I fucking knew it.
Hmm?
I fucking knew it. What a
What's
trooper!
that?
Al,
He's
I know the
just-
porn star
she's
you like.
just a delight.
Who's
No.
out like?
Let's see that shit.
Al loves Vanessa Del Rio.
Oh, I'm
Well,
sure he
here's why.
does.
Here's why
I'm
I don't.
sure he
Because she
does.
looks like she has a penis.
Who?
So I could never.
Yeah, this is Ronda Rousey.
I need help.
You look
I
like
need
this,
help.
Al.
I need help right
Look,
now.
Vanessa, but I could
Uh,
never. I could never get into Vanessa Del Rio because it looked like she had a penis, and
You come say hi.
like I just now if
Now you think.
for me it was like back in the day, Jenna Jameson, Janine, and most of the Christians and shit. I like them. But hey, thank you guys for
All,
Intern Riley.
all the best ones are out now, and I'm sure y'all don't know them.
yeah, I don't. I'm
I feel
Al,
bad
joined
for
by
ya.
Matt, Sean, Rick, Gabe, and Marcus. Peace.